When you heard the word Chinese farmer, what's the first word you comes to your mind?
Chinese farmer.
Yeah.
Hard working. Because I know China, they grow a lot of different crops. You guys grow lots of cabbages, lots of rice, potatoes too. So I understand. Like you guys also use a lot of it's called terracing, right? It's the layers of farmland where so the water trickles down properly.
Okay.
I know, I know terracing is very very good solution. I do like the farming styles that they use over there.
Okay. Do you think the modern farming in China use high technology?
Yeah, yeah, I'd say so. You guys are very technologically advanced as far as agriculture goes, for sure.
Okay. And how do you imagine Chinese farmers usually sell what they grow?
Is it because I'm guessing it's a lot of like local like selling like to people around the area, but because it's so big, you guys have different provinces. You guys do a lot of exporting of foods and grows, right, as well. I'd say that it's probably pretty difficult to sell in a big market, but in a local market where you have more communion and trust, I'm guessing that they do very well. Because in my mind, at least Chinese farmers are usually super friendly, at least from what I've seen in Western media.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing in the local market they do great, but as far as like big market, like selling to other provinces, maybe not as good.
Yeah, that works. And I think maybe they need some middlemen.
Well, at least like in America, the way that the agriculture system kind of works is that we work with our government a lot because our government, the FDA, they regulate our food. So a lot of the times there's a lot of government available assistant options for farmers who want to produce their market so they can sell to companies like Walmart, places where people tend to go more often. Yeah, our government handles a lot of like getting, I guess more of so connections because our government works with a lot of food companies and a lot of agriculture, whether for personal government use where they make like the meals for the soldiers, or even just like places again like Walmart where they sell like canned products or stuff like that. They work with a lot of farmers to do that. But as far as like farmers who don't work with the government, I really have no idea.
Oh.
So or at least my family, it's my uncles. Their side of the family, they sell a lot of stuff like corn, almonds, stuff that's easily storageable. They don't handle like fresh produce or anything, so it's easier to export those kind of things through the government or through different companies that the area works with. Because California, we work with a lot of because it's like the fruit basket of the world, I think is the term. We grow a lot of food for a bunch of places, but all the companies here, they have like their I guess contracts with other companies.
Oh.
So most of the time you can get in touch with a company that ships your food by calling and seeing if they're available in your area, if they can help export a lot of your product. So for things like almonds and rice, things that are dry, they don't really have too big of an issue because you can store it for so long.
So how's the interest?
A lot of farmers in America do not make a lot of money. For us, it's more of the owning of the land generates value. So it's more real estate rather than actual product selling. The product selling just helps kind of manage the upkeep on the property, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so would you think a young man with a PhD would go back to rural countryside in your country or in China?
Yeah, I'd say at least in California, there's a lot of people, like the colleges will do tours where they'll take them to do projects out on the fields and they'll take samples and then they'll test them in the lab. So I guess it depends on what you go to school for.
Yeah, I agree with you. But they only do some experiment on the field, but they don't really live like a farmer. Don't live on with the agriculture, right?
No, they don't.
Okay.